I'm going to be reading the opening of my new novel, Plague of Flies, Revolt of the Spirits, 1846, and it is dedicated to my beloved late husband, David, but also to my Mexican great-grandparents. And I'll be reading from chapter 1. And I think you'll get the gist of the story as we go along. Spirits, worries, and swarms. All these flies, Las Moscas, swarm in circles around me at the corral's gate. I flinched. Where did they come from so fast? A low, shadowy figure like a wolf or coyote slinks along the edge of my eyesight, then flickers and disappears. A spirit in animal form, perhaps. A shiver travels down my spine. Flies close in and dot my hands. Fat, ugly insects. Maybe a spirit wants to measure the steadiness of my nerves. I let go of the splintery gatepost, shake my wrists over and over, swat at the buzzing battalion. The new rope latch I need to install on the wooden gate to the adobe corral falls to the ground near my feet. Madre de Dios, the flies are as swift as those foreign warmongers who attacked my people 15 days ago. Those horrid Yankees invaded the rancho of General Mariano Vallejo, a dear friend of my family, then claimed Alta California no longer is Mexican land. Leave me alone, I wave my arms this way and that. If some spirit tests me for squeamishness, I think I've just failed. Inside the corral, one of Mama's mares snorts. I turn. Blood trickles down Fandango's flank. You know, my mask keeps falling down. Can I just... Okay, that makes it easier. The work of a single fly. For some reason, Las Moscas never bite me. But then they're too busy threatening to bite me, showing me how easily they could. Do they ever swarm around anyone else? No, only me, Catalina Delgado. Go and be useful for a change. I point in the direction of General Vallejo's rancho, a 2-day journey north by horse and rowboat. Go attack the wretched men of the Bear Flag. Bear Flaggers invaded General Vallejo's home 15 days ago and arrested him. They took over his entire rancho. Many of those Yankees remained there to terrorize his family. Mexico, my beloved country, faces war with los Estados Unidos as a result. My face warms, skin tingling. Mexico won its freedom from Spain in 1821, 9 years before my birth. We deserve to manage our own destiny. Here comes another round of buzzing. I swat at the flies again. The least these stupid insects could do is be patriotic. And when you're done with the Bear Flaggers, I tell them, go bite their Presidente Polk. Too bad horseflies are neither useful nor loyal. The flies head over to the nearby olive grove or to some other place. Time to finish my chore. I pick up the rope latch, balance on my bare toes, then try to stretch a loop of braided rawhide over the gatepost. Stubborn thing. Bleached longhorn skulls, 100 set in mortar and layered like bricks, stare at me harder than usual from the corral's far wall. Spirit people spy on me through those skeletal eye sockets. That's what Pappy's old piano claimed the day before he died. I cross myself. Ghosts of people and animals. May the Viquero's prophecy about one particular spirit man remain unfulfilled. Catalina! Past the corral, Mama stands close to the spreading oak, the tree I used to climb as a child. Her long black hair coiled on top of her head like reeds woven into a basket shines in the sunlight. Tortoiseshell combs fasten her tresses in place. How beautiful she is. War or no war, Mama says, the chamber pots need cleaning. See, Mama, an orderly home is her answer to all adversity. And have you finally finished putting on that new latch? Mama rests her hands on her broad hips, her waist thicker than a month ago. En un momento. The horseflies are gone. If I use them as an excuse, Mama won't believe me. They never bother me when others are around. It isn't fair. I force the rawhide loop into final position, and a splinter from the fence post jabs my finger. The tip protrudes from my skin. All done. I pick up the sliver. The thing wants to stay where it is. Bien. When you marry a wealthy ranchero's son, maybe you'll have time to waste on daydreams. She walks up the path toward the workrooms, her long blue broadcloth skirt swaying with each step. See, Mama? Worrying about war and a spirit man is not the same as daydreaming. Marriage. A wealthy ranchero's son. I let out a heavy sigh. Months have passed since I turned 16, but Papi has not yet arranged my marriage to Angelo Ortega. The dying vaquero's prophecy about a spirit man riding off with me cast shadows on my reputation as a chaste young woman. Does Papi anticipate a rebuke from Angelo's father? I managed to remove the splinter from my finger. If only my worries would go away as well. Wind flutters the faded crimson sash around my waist. The tufted ends of my ebony braids hang past the front of my shoulders. I can almost feel the place where my beloved Angelo once touched my hair. May Santa Catalina de Siena intercede on her humble namesake's behalf and facilitate my marriage. Mama often says faith must go hand in hand with deeds. The heat of summer already browns the distant green hillsides. I must enlist Mama's help in prodding Papi toward action before the year ends. This week might be too soon, though. He works our southern pastures with my brothers and our hired vaqueros, rounding up our stray cattle so bear flaggers won't steal them. Some horseflies return and buzz around me louder than ever. A dozen more circle the pair of docile mares Mama always uses to pull her carrera now that she grows heavier with child. This morning, the horses stand neck to flank, swishing their charcoal tails with a lazy rhythm, brushing the pest away from each other's dark eyes. Cooperation brings benefits. Mama might agree to help me if I cooperate and clean the chamber pots right away. Foxtails cling to the lower half of my skirt, just my old green one. She doesn't like birds of any sort in the house. I walk the dirt path toward the main house, pulling the prickly grasses out of my garment. It is hardest to reach the ones in the back at ankle length. Come see! The high-pitched voice behind me belongs to my friend Josefa. Someone travels this way. Visitors? I turn around to face the cook's unmarried daughter. She runs toward me, flailing her dark-skinned arms. Her black braids, thick as bell ropes, bounce as she scurries. Alarm crosses the girl's round, broad-nosed face. Dearest Josefa rarely displays fear. Even that time Papi flogged her for disobedience. In the distance, a cloud of yellow-brown dust billows along the ground. I squint into the mid-morning sun. Riders, or maybe a wagon, approach from the northeast. They're too far away to identify. Over a league. They could arrive in an hour, or much less. At breakfast, Mama mentioned nothing about having visitors today. Who are these people? Do they bring bad news the way my godfather did about General Vallejo's arrest? Bad news or good, I'd rather face messengers than unfriendly Indios or disgruntled Yankees, and far better to face almost anyone than a spirit man with the power to ride by day. We must tell Don Ignacio. Josefa pants. She tugs my arm. Now! I nod. My dear Abuelito, even though he walks with a cane and tends to forget things, is still the family head and needs to know. But wait, what if this is my godfather again? If so, Angelo might be with him. As a dutiful grandnephew, he often is. Grandpa will send me into the kitchen to prepare beef and chili pepper stew for La Comida or a mid-afternoon meal. I'll barely get a chance to see Angelo at all. Wait a few more minutes, I say. But Josefa juts her head forward, eyes round as full moons. I said wait.